How's it going, everybody? So it's kind of late right now. I think it's like almost 2 in the morning. So I know everybody's asleep, but I want to try to be as consistent as possible with these videos. Again, I know everybody's busy these days, so I'm trying to be more concise. Um, anyway, um, so what I wanted to get into today was basically this term knowledge worker. So, Stephen Covey, the guy who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, well, that term knowledge worker is in the foreword to the book. I don't know who actually coined the term specifically, but they use it in regard to the fact that we're in the information age now. And so that's what this is about, basically. The fact that we're in the information age. Yeah, I wanted to go over that. So basically, Robert Kiyosaki, the guy who wrote the Rich Dad Poor Dad series, he specifically talks about that. Um, yeah, he talks about how in the early 2000s, I forget what year it is specifically, but in the early 2000s, we officially, definably transitioned from the industrial age into the information age. And I don't remember, to be honest, off the top of my head, what the specific event was that, to the specialists, was the defining event signifying that transition, but there was something specific. And again, I don't remember what the specific year was. It was the early 2000s, maybe 2005, 2006, or maybe somewhere in there with the real estate crash, so maybe 2008, or somewhere in there. Anyway, so the point is we're in the information age, and Robert Kiyosaki, he laid this all out in pretty good detail. He talked about how originally we had the agrarian age, so that was the age of, the landowners, the real estate owners. So that was, the kings and queens. In other words, whoever, the Commonwealth people, whoever was in control of the most land and whoever was in control of the most real estate, they were essentially the most affluent individuals in society. So that was the agrarian age. Then after that, you had the agricultural age. So essentially, there were already specific people controlling the land in general, but now what happened was it kind of transitioned to where the people who were controlling specifically the land that crops were being grown on, they ended up becoming some of the most wealthy individuals in society because farmland and all the technology and sort of processes, if you will, attached to the farming process. Well, the people who were in control of all of that ended up being the wealthiest individuals in society. And so after that, it transitioned into the industrial age. So, that's where we just were for the last however many years. Railroads, oil tycoons, Thomas Edison, Tesla, all these people. It's all industrial age stuff. Skyscrapers, these people. The people who built New York, essentially. So anyway, the industrial age. So the people who owned all of the factories and the production lines producing all of the products related to progress in the industrial age specifically. Again, railroads, asphalt, building the roads, cars, building cars, factories in general, any machinery building operation, machines to build the infrastructure further of society and civilization as we know it today. I mean, if you think about it, when you look out the window and you see the freeway with those millions and millions of lights passing by just endlessly out there, well, think about it. It wasn't that long ago when there was no freeways. You look out there, you don't see any roads with cars and lights on it. No, you see desert. You see empty space. You see people walking around. You see people, like driving carriages with horses. And it was a very different time, but it wasn't that long ago. Anyway, again, we officially transitioned out of the industrial age in the early 2000s into the information age, which they also, again, Stephen Covey, I don't know who coined the term specifically, but this term knowledge worker. So, in other words, the information age is the age of the knowledge worker. And the point being that I know it's currently not trendy or it's not in fashion to be intelligent, but the reality is the people who acquire the most knowledge and apply it the fastest, consistently, those are going to end up being the wealthiest individuals in society in the generation or in the age that we've just stepped into, the information age or the age of the knowledge worker. So all I'm pointing out is I know, again, it's not popular at the moment to be smart, but the reality is you either adapt or you don't. And adapting in the information age, it means having the most information and applying it faster than the next guy with consistency. So all I'm saying is if you're not into knowledge, you might want to do a little thinking and start perhaps reassessing your aversion to reading and knowledge in general and being, the type of person who stands out as being smart. So anyway, again, so agrarian age, that was the land and the real estate, then agricultural, whoever was in control of all the farmland, the farm equipment, the what's it called? The processes, all the stuff attached. Then the industrial age, which just ended recently in the early 2000s, and now the information age. So again, whoever's in control of the information or whoever has the most information applies it the fastest in the information age, the age of the knowledge worker, that's who's going to be the wealthiest. Now, as far as what age is going to come after the knowledge age, or excuse me, the information age, the age of the knowledge worker, who knows? It could be the technological age. It could be after 50 or 100 years of this pattern of everybody sucking up the information and trying to put it into practice consistently. It could be after 50 years of that, after 100 years of that, our technology develops to the point where, where we're flying in jetpacks and it's all completely just overrun by technology. It's like a space age type situation. But the point is, for now, we're in the information age, the age of the knowledge worker, and you might as well embrace the fact that you have to be a hub of knowledge, and you have to get smarter. If you don't get smarter, nobody around you is going to do it for you. And again, in the information age, it comes down to information. Who has the most knowledge, who applies that knowledge the most efficiently, that's who the wealthiest people in society are going to be in the information age. So if you're not into being smart, you might as well get into being smart, because that's what it's going to take to adapt. So anyway, the information age, the age of the knowledge worker, that's where we're at. All right, have a good night, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.